up, guys? Gordon Bradley here with PhenoX Fitness, and if you're watching this video, you probably either just got your Maverick Bar or you're thinking about purchasing one and want to see what it entails. So today's video is going to be about assembly, some basic safety, and then we're just going to go over some of the details of the Maverick Bar just so you have a better understanding of how to best utilize it. When it comes to assembly, this is very, very simple. There's only going to be 6 bolts that it will take to actually attach the sleeves. The counterbalance weight is inside of this, but it already comes assembled. It's going to have the J-hook already on it. These are removable. You can take this whole piece off here. It telescopes onto it and is attached through a bolt and a quick knob. The J-hook can also come off as well. You can spin it upside down, you can put it in different directions depending on what you're doing, but for now it's attached, but it can be removed. Same for the other side. But when it comes to assembly, again, this is very, very simple. And I'm just going to go over, I'm not actually going to assemble it because it's literally just putting basic bolts in. They are 3-inch bolts by 1/2 inch, and the size of wrenches that you'll need is 3/4 inch. You'll need 2 of them, whether it's a socket, a crescent wrench, or 2 3/4 wrenches. That's what you'll need. And then you're going to want to put the sleeve on, feed the bolt through this side. It will be bolt, washer, and then on the other side will be washer, nut. Tighten those up. You're going to want to get all 3 in before you actually tighten anything down. So again, the one that's down below is going to be the same thing. The bolt, washer, nut, and then this one can feed through this way or this way. It doesn't matter. If you don't like the direction that it's in for some reason, then you can take it and flip it around, but it shouldn't matter whatsoever. Once you have them all on, just tighten them down. So 3 bolts per side, should be 6 in total, 12 washers and 6 1/2 inch nuts. Again, 3/4 inch wrenches, you'd be good to go. That's literally all the assembly that you'll have to do for this. Just make sure those are nice and tight, really snug them down, and you'll be good to go as far as that goes. The accessories like handles and all of this, they won't be assembled to the bar itself, but they will be obviously in your box, and I'm just going to go over a few of the basics, how to move them around, but there's going to be lots of videos that are very specific to all the different setups, so deadlift, bench press, squat, all that, with all the specifics within those videos. This one's meant to be more about assembly and some of the basics. So your extension arms, when it comes to hooking these up, it's very, very simple. You're going to find the placement that you want that best serves you for your body type and the movement specifically. Again, this is going to take a little bit of time to get used to. Which direction the bar goes in is usually the most important thing that you're going to start to figure out. But often what it really boils down to is keeping the center axis of this. So if you're going to do barbell rows, you would want to be on the inside of the bar in line with the actual axis of the weight sleeves. So it's once you get going on this and use it a few times, it all becomes very obvious. But when you very first get it, there's so many different options that it's kind of a little bit frustrating. But trust me, this is very, very simple. It's just a matter, a lot of times, of just pulling the pin and switching the direction. And sometimes you don't even have to move the handle at all. So very, very simple. Just take your time, learn it, and you guys will really enjoy this. So these are the extension arms. There's 45-degree extension arms where it's just rotated. That way you don't have to buy an additional angled handle. Same concept. Just put it in there. And that's going to give you the ability to have angled handles for external rotation, which is great for things like shoulders. Here's the angled handles. Don't really need to go over this. We'll go over all of these when you're going to use them in the different lift videos. Just showing them to you. You will need an axle collar, and this is because these are not turned actual precision sleeves, so they will need this style of clamping collar, which is no big deal. They're like, I think maybe $6 to $10 on Amazon, but these do work great, so you'll want a set of these. There's also, it comes with a 1/2 inch pin. This pin is 13.6 millimeters. It's a really tight tolerance, and we did that because we want as little movement as possible. So for 90% of where you're going to attach, this is going to work perfectly. There's only a few spots in a few bars that may have this issue, and it's only from a certain direction. You may have to utilize just the smaller pin for this specific spot on the bar, and we will kind of sort that out as we go, but we wanted the tolerances so tight and have such little movement as possible. But this for now is something that you will have to have in very specific cases, but most often 90% of the time they're just going to be sitting on the sidelines not doing anything. But don't get frustrated if for some reason you go a different direction and it can't, this bigger pin doesn't fit perfectly. So just switch to the other one, don't even worry about it, you'll be good to go. Eventually, very soon actually, I'm moving the holes down just slightly to free up where this won't happen. So different extension arms in the future, which will be cheap, will solve the need for this, but it really doesn't matter. So some of the safety things, my big concern is this is so capable of so many different movements and getting yourself into different positions that you have to be really thoughtful about what you're doing. So what I don't want to see is people adding weight and then trying something that's new that they've never done before. They don't understand the balance of the bar in this position. So you must be very careful and experiment with keeping in mind that this bar isn't like most bars. You're going to have to do some testing on it to make sure that you understand how it's going to react depending on which way you set the handles up, where you put the handles. So just be really careful and be thoughtful about the setup and then testing it where you're not in a vulnerable position, like with the bar over your head, or really anywhere over the top of your body. And if you do so, maybe with zero weight and have someone there. Just obviously want you to be very careful and be thoughtful when it comes to trying new things. I would mostly stick to, because I've tested this in all the different positions that I'm gonna make videos for, and I'll go over the specific details of those lifts and how to be careful in each individual one. But as a general precaution, just use this wisely and always be really careful when you're trying new things. Besides that, there really isn't much else to it. Like I said, we're going to go over most of the more detailed videos on how to set it up for each specific movement. So for now, enjoy your Maverick Bar. I would love to see what you guys actually learn to do with it and how you utilize it. So there's actually a private Facebook page that's only for customers. It's PhenoX Fitness Badassery. You can search that. And then that's where all the customers come together and we share the ideas that we have in kind of a more private setting. But for now, this is the Maverick Bar assembly, safety, and just some of the basics. So thanks for watching.